Hello everybody and welcome back to a new episode of the TypeScript Tea Time. Fix the microphone. Yeah, that's better. And I'm your host, Mirko, and hope you're having an awesome day today. We're continuing on with our MailChimp clone, which is completely serverless, built on AWS, and particular orchestrated, meaning the workflows are managed with the help of AWS step functions. And in the meantime, we're learning a lot about SES and other stuff, fixing the camera as well. Still, for whatever reason, I always have to open the camera scene before the widening, the brightness correction is actually applied to my camera here. Well, so what we have, where did my Google Drive go? Unfortunately, that one was closed for whatever reason. What we currently have is basically the sign up or the subscribe flow to our newsletter. So what I'm building out essentially is, suppose you have a blog and you post new blog post and you want people to be able to be notified via email newsletter. In that case, then they can subscribe. They can, well, unsubscribe. Hopefully that's less than the people that subscribe. And they can, well, we have to somehow check whether there is actually a new blog post. And if there is a new blog post, then we actually send the email. Ideally, using data that we get from the blog post. So that's the big idea. Currently, we are looking at the workflow for sign up, for subscription. We have a very, very simple validation where the request, so this gets called, somebody does an API call. Typically you have a form, right, on the website. They click on subscribe, or they put in their email, they click on subscribe, and then we get notified. This basically gets into the start node. We might have to do some transformation on the input, but I don't know exactly just yet. But that we can fairly easily add in here as well, using this pass state. Probably even with this one. This is a choice. If we have, for example, an email property inside of, so up here, if we have an email property and we have a privacy policy accepted at datetime, maybe they have to click a checkbox so that they actually confirm to the privacy policy. That's often a rule for legal reasons, to comply with legal. So we added that as well. And if that is present, if that is not present, we just do nothing for the time being. But if that is present, if that is not present, essentially we can be fairly sure that this API request is probably not legit. So we can also just pass it on and end the workflow. On the other hand, if there is such an email and the confirmation date, then we save it to DynamoDB completely here only via this UI essentially that we can provide. We did have to set up the table. Let me scroll down here. So this is what the API action does. It writes into the table called newsletter subscription. We had to set that up. That you cannot do directly from step functions. And then we put the email and the privacy policy accepted date, right? And then after we've done that, we've saved the person as a contact. I think we could actually completely skip the DynamoDB part if we wanted to, but it was still nice to see. We'd have to look slightly deeper into SES, which is the simple email service from AWS, basically an email provider, just like MailChimp itself, or MailChimp is slightly more on the level of SendGrid. I think there's something like Easy Mail, Simple Mail, and whatnot. Here we create, so that's what SES, Simple Email Service, is. It has two API versions. We're mostly using the second one, the newer one. In this case, we save the email address for this contact list called email newsletter. And after that, we want to send a welcome email. That is not yet set up. We actually have to fix the permissions for the save contact because that's not auto-generated, unfortunately. Step functions, these kind of workflows, you can basically auto-generate a lot of the how do you say this? Of the individual steps that you have, and auto-generating the role permissions. However, it doesn't work for everything, and Simple Email Service is not part of that, apparently. Send welcome email. That's what I want to do. All right. So now we have to actually fix those permissions here for the email contact. The good thing is, if I remember correctly, it warned us last time. Yeah, here we go. So permissions for the following actions cannot be auto-generated. So what I did is here under permissions, I want to create a new role, and most of or a lot of the time, step function is actually able to do this automatically. I think that's what the optimized services, that's the term they use, I think, for those that they can auto-generate. SES version 2 at least is, however, not optimized. That's why we have to provide the permissions ourselves. To do that, we open a new window here, go to IAM, or we could just click on... No, we cannot. Oh, we can click up here. Open it. And then which one do we want? I should just add a link to the correct role, to be honest. So it is execution role, REST DynamoDB, blah 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 blah. What is this role called exactly? Newsletter subscribe role 3F something something. So newsletter subscribe role 3F something something. I think we can delete the other one. That's a leftover. Oh Jesus, do I have to provide the complete name? Delete it. Delete. Yes, do it. And it's gone. All right, so in here, we now have to attach new policies. We can do that here via this button on the right. So we allow looking at one specific permission. Or role, sorry, one specific role that is custom catered for our step function. And up here we can add in new permissions because these two that we already have do not suffice. We can, however, look inside of here to look for SES. Well, the simplest one would be SES full access, but that's probably a bit too much. Or at the very least, we can copy and paste this, and then activate only the stuff that we actually need, which is a best practice to really just use those that you are actually using. I think we have to create a new one. So what do we want to do? We want to create SES version 2. We want to... What do we actually want to do? Let's look up here again. So we want to create a contact and we want to send an email. Let's look at, did I spell this wrong? Yeah, create contact is what we want. And I will make this very, very minimal, I think. So we first have one, into it. All it contains an Agora, you are required to choose the resource. Ah, right. And we want to, okay, if we have to choose the resource, I think we can actually specify it very closely. Add ARN to restrict resource. So if we put the ARN, the resource name, the unique identifier inside of AWS inside of there, we should be goodish. So our task is to find out the role. I don't think inside of SES we can actually see this, unfortunately. So instead, validation, let's see here. Account dashboard, reputation, we do not have any kind of contact lists inside of here. So instead what I will use is the AWS CLI and then SES v2, which is version 2. And in here we already yesterday created like this one, or we looked this one up. AWS SES v2 list contacts. They have a name, but they do not have an ARN. Contact list name. Okay, so US East 1 account is this one, and the name of the contact list is this one we have. This email newsletter. So there it then automatically generates our ARN. Good to know. Good to know. And we can add it. So that one we now have. No need to, for now at least, change anything on that one. So create, let's call this create contact in SES. Create contact in contact list email newsletter. Yeah, and I think from this name it should be enough to understand what's actually going on. Create the policy, do it. And now we can go back to our current policies. And I think we have to reload maybe, just in case. SES, create contact list, there it is. And we attach that one. Attach. We need one more, remember. So we have this create contact, and now we also have to have send email, which is importante. So we create another policy. Choose a service, we take SES version 2. Important. Needs to be the right version. I hope we did that on the other one. Did we? Because we are using version 2. I think I messed it up. I might have messed that up. So inside of here we want send email. Send email. And at some point probably also custom verification email, so that we can have like a before you actually subscribe, you have to validate your email. I think that's important at some point, but not for now. So resources, again, so we have to provide a configuration set that's fine, I think. We have to specify an ARN for the identity. So US East 1. Identity name is... Where do I get the identity? Here it is. Okay. I already have the identity right here. And this is only for debugging, but it hopefully works at some point. The ARN for the template. Oh, there we go. We looked that up. There is an open Stack Overflow question, in fact, that we have US East 1 template name. What was the template name? Email newsletter welcome. Let's answer the Stack Overflow question. Here it is. Yeah, I think I will answer this later. Basically, we found a way to add the ARN. Good. So we also need this as well to provide inside of here. Oh, maybe it works now. Yesterday this wasn't working, and it might be exactly because of this missing ARN. Let's try it. Let's hope it works. Error code. Source cannot be empty. Still? Seriously? That sucks. Well, at least we got a bit further in. I think I can also add this up there. Right. So, add that one. Configuration set. Configuration set, default config set. We created that one yesterday. So region again, US East 1. And default. Good. Next. Next. SES v2. Send email. Send welcome email. Yep. Good. Oh, wait. Did I take too much? Can we see that again? Look at these permissions. Oh, it added a lot. Configuration set. Oh no, it should be fine. Apparently the action is just SES v1. Interestingly. So they probably share that one. What was the other one that we used? SES something. Create contact in contact list policies. This one also just says SES. And contacts are not part of something. Alright, contacts are not part of version 1, so I think we're good. Alright, let's attach this policy to our friend here, SES. Going up. Oh. Do I need to refresh? Yes. There it is. Okay. I had to refresh. So down at the bottom right, there's an attach policy button. Cannot see that because that's right here on screen. Okay, we've got the policies attached. Now, if we save this, we should be okay-ish, I think. Oh, wait. Now I recreated a new row. That was wrong. It was 3F, right? Yeah, 3F. So take this row, please. And now we save. And apparently we need to add those rules, those permissions, which we have. There it is. Very good, very good, very good. Let's start an execution. Somewhere I had some default data that I wanted to use. Where is it? Here we go. And hopefully that works. That one worked. This one doesn't. Okay, so the cool thing about step function is we can actually see how it moves through each step inside of the workflow and then debug individually. Task with tea time already exists in the list. Oh. Interesting. So that means we have to adjust our workflow here. Can I go to draw.io? Yeah. To check whether the user is already there. Because it's not idempotent, unfortunately. Okay, let's find out. Let's edit this once more. Well, for the first thing, it was able to find everything and the permissions seem to be alright. So let's just manually delete me from the newsletter. AWS SES v2, probably something like remove contact, minus contact list name, and then this email. That's what I guess. We will just look at it in a second. AWS CLI SES v2. So this is the documentation for the AWS CLI. And then we have delete contact right there. So it's not remove, it's delete contact. And surprise, surprise, we take contact list name and we take email address. So if I do this, delete contact from contact list. Good. Then if we list them, so that seems to have worked, but just for safety's sake, let's look at all the users inside of a list. I think we had that somewhere. Is it just the create contact lists? List contacts, here, this one. Bam, bam. Contacts empty. Down here. Alright, that means if we rerun our service, our execution thingy here, or workflow, or state machine, now it should work. Green! Yay, we did it! It's green! Isn't that amazing? Step output, nothing. That's not good. Because we need the output right here, I think. So that showed one more problem, which is in here we have to pass the original input down to the next step. So this one also knows the email. It doesn't really need the data. So from what gets passed in up here, we pass this directly to the second one. So we work with the input and pass the input further to the second one to save contact. And now, since I've added this right here, change this property. You cannot see it. Let me move my face ever so slightly. Wait, what is this? Come on, get the right one. Camera. Here we go. So down here, you see I've set add the original input to the result path. And in our case, I don't really care about what save contact returns to me. Instead, I just discard the result that comes out of save contact and keep only the original input, which came from up here, in fact. And I have the same here on the put item inside of the output part. Right, move me back. Maybe should I move here? Might actually be more useful in this case. Right, let's move there. So that worked. We do have to, however... Oh, nice. I didn't know that you can actually go over to here. Great. So positions ever so slightly. And right now step 1 is understand what is wrong with welcome email. I think the problem right now was that we did not have any input. So if we have input, which means I will, so currently I'm again in this email contact list, that is my name. If I remove myself again, we can run the workflow once more with the correct input. 32. And maybe it actually completely works? No, it doesn't. Okay. So save contact worked again, but now we have a proper error, most likely inside of send welcome email. We at the very least have the email right there. Oh, I didn't provide anything just yet for the content. Okay, that actually makes sense that it's broken then. I think I will just continue with deleting myself from the contact list whenever we need to rerun this for now. And in a couple of moments, or a couple of steps, better to say, we delete myself from this list. So so we need a probably again this kind of copy paste inside of here. If email does not exist, or yeah, if email does not exist as contact, that's one more thing that we have to check in here before we can actually create the contact, unfortunately. It would be nice if it's idempotent, or if we can like set a property that it becomes idempotent, but we have to figure out how we can do that. Later. So now I want to send an email, and for that I need to provide content right here. So inside of my README, I do something like this, and now I need to say this is content is template colon. So template again is an object which has a template name email newsletter. It has a template ARN, which is exactly this one. Yep, thank you. GitHub Copilot, you're doing your job well. And we need a new line for template data, which we have to provide with $, I think. And then this needs to be a string, right? AWS SES template data example. Let's look at this one, that one, and that one. Create custom emails, blah blah blah, create an email. So here they create the template. What language is this, by the way? Is this Ruby or Go? PHP. Okay. Get an email email template. List all email templates. Update an email template. I want to send an email. Send an email. Thank you. Recipient email. Send the email template name. Destination. 2 addresses. Ah, this is the old one. This is version 1. This is version 1. And it seems to be, at least here, it needs to be a string. So it's going to be something like this. From there to there, I think. So it's a stringified object. This should. So if I do node right here, JSON.parse from this string, it returns me the correct object. Yeah, perfect. Very good. And here, however, I don't want you. I want instead how do I actually do that? I think we need to use let's see. We need to use the formatting thing. Let's, for the time being, I think what we need to do is something like this here. I think that, and then we have, there's something like intrinsic functions. Intrinsic functions, like built-in functions into step functions. And one of them can replace text like a template literal. Generic operation. States.format, what we want. So states.format of states.format of this string, like, so we have a template. Hello, my name is this, and then we can replace this with states.format. Hello, my name is, and then the curlies to denote a placeholder, and we can then put in the name variable inside of that. So we have this one here. We need a comma. I think I need to replace these ticks with these kind of ticks. Then we can $.email right there. And I hope that's it. Let's see. I'm missing a comma or something. No. Expecting string number null, true or undefined. Where exactly is the issue? I think we can remove these, right? No. So that's slightly easier. Expecting. But undefined. Mi es confuso. There's a comma. Template data dot dollar. Must be a valid JSON. To reference a node in the state, the key must end with dollar. Something is not correctish, it seems. Let's look again at the intrinsic function. Dates.format. That seems to be correct. That seems to be... wait. Can we use this in API parameters? I think we can. Yeah. I think we can. Build the input with input parameters. So, otherwise, we could do something as follows. Worst case, just to make it work for now. Can add a pass right here to do the input transform. Transform input for welcome email. In this case, we can use this transport input with parameters, and there we can definitely use this fun stuff here. And then I will just say, well, on the one hand, we want contents to be this, and it's still erroring. We need to escape these. Music stopped working. Let's see. So these are also using version 1. Let's see. So they also use... Or can we just use source? It's a slightly different problem. I'm still figuring out why this one is not working, but let's try to... edit somewhere. I don't know where. Okay. Well, we have at least some examples for version 1. So what's the current problem? This here. What if I remove all of these backticks? Does this work? No, it's still broken, apparently. This is valid JSON, is it? Oops. Format document. Language mode, JSON. Format document. It seems to be valid. Must be valid JSON, invalid JSON. How did I wait? I have one example where I'm, yeah, no, don't stay, leave anyway. Safe. Yeah, safe. I have one example where I'm actually using this state transform. Right here. Let's edit this. I just need to find out where I'm using it. There it is. I do some transformation. It needs to be in brackets itself. Okay. So we need to do this and that, and hopefully that one works. I think we can close this dude. Leave it. Go back to the studio. So if I put parentheses, no quotes, double quotes around this friend here, we have a problem with the escaping. That's why I take this one instead. And now it works. Okay, perfect. Good. Then we can already also remove this transform state. Not necessary anymore. Although it would be still nice for debugging, to be honest. Well, let's run it, huh? Shall we? Save, start the execution. Or maybe we just go here and take an old execution, run it again. I think I did remove already the contact. Yeah, it's not there. So let's call this one. And this time it got cancelled at the very least, which is better than before, I would say. So let's see here. You probably have to escape those. So let's see here. Yeah, there we go. The little character backslash tick represents a tick, and a backslash, yeah, we have to escape our characters now, so we have to have a backtick right there. We have to have a, oh wait, I'm in the wrong one. Yeah, so we have a backtick right there. Why does it say it's invalid? I don't know. We have another backtick right there. I think that's it. Where's my step function? There it is. Good. Edit state machine. Do it again. And I'm just going to push this one up for the time being, so that we can we have some easier time debugging it. So you're not working. Invalid escape character in string. What do they say? So there's another way that we can try to debug this, which is by going through this data flow simulator. It is slightly ugly to use, to be honest, though. So we have kind of this stuff here. No, wait, we have email, TypeScript. Next, we take $. We then take parameters, which is now the stuff we want to transform. So if I remove these two characters, we get an error. Matching closing bracket not found for opening bracket. This one. I think we need to escape you, we need to escape you, we need to escape you and you. Is that right? No, it is not. Template string. Ugh. It's fiddly. It's fiddly. States.format. Arguably we need one right there. Reserved characters. Following characters are reserved for intrinsic function and must be escaped with a backslash if you want them to appear in the value. This one and backslash. Take single quote, parenthesis open, parenthesis closed, and backslash. Which means we need one here, right? We don't need to escape you. Is that right? That's hard to believe that I don't need to escape those guys. And that one? Does that one work? That seems to have actually worked. No results for path in input JSON. No, something is still wrong. Do we get to know something about JSON path here? He is confused. Let's take a quick break. That's annoying, to say the least. Let's, for starters, we will instead remove you. We go back to this, and at this point I just want to have any kind of email, so I'm just going to use this to send myself an email, hoping that that at least works. You can just put it at the very beginning for debugging, and that should do it. Yeah, that looks alright. Save. Save. Yeah, save. Oh. Did we use a template path without actually using it? Yeah. We did. Apply. Save. Save. Start. Start. X. Source cannot be empty. Okay, so now we're at the point where the CLI is not working. There is... So, back to the CLI. Send email. Minus. There is nothing like source in here. That's the incredibly annoying part. Two addresses, C, BCC. Reply to anything that remotely looks like a source would be great. Subject, body, raw data, template data. Management configurations. It doesn't have a source. AWS SES v2 source. Yeah. Sends an email. Blah blah blah. Destination. EC2. Reply to, from, feedback. They have something like source in here. For raw emails, or it's from email address identity ARN. Value overrides the X SES source ARN. Slightly frustrating. I think we do provide... I have too much stuff open by now. From email address, we have the ARN here. Let's try version 1 then. There we have this kind of stuff here. So AWS, SES, send email. We probably want to send templated email, however. Well, let's try one stupid thing. What if we write teatime@gmail.com? If we just write source right here, will it work? There is no reason it should. No, it's apparently an unknown parameter. If we write something like minus source, probably also not working. There's a line too much. Unknown parameter minus source. And we do have the newest version, did we? AWS minus version. Maybe we don't. AWS CLI current version. I think we checked that the other day and we weren't able to update because... What's the current version anyway? I think I did that the other day. On pre-existing. sudo./aws/install -update AWS -version. It's still the one that we had the other day. Yeah, that we had like 10 minutes ago. Is it only a problem on my machine? $125. Oh, that's old. Here's a guide for version 1. No, that's the wrong one. What is the current version? Do they not have like a place where they just write our current version is version 7? If you have it installed, please tell me. Just run AWS ---- version. So that I at least have one more point of why the source is not working here. Well, for the time being, let's use instead SES version 1. You go away, you go away. You go away, you go away. One, we don't need anymore, we don't need that one. And in here I will change this to SES send email, which has destination, source ARN, and so on. How does he do it? He's using the AWS SDK on Node. We could do it similar to what he's doing, but that would be more steps. And if I can avoid it, I would like to not have to write another Lambda function, which I then have to provide permissions to access the welcome email, the send email API. Instead, what I want is just to be able to do it directly here from AWS step functions. So let's try to use the version 1 instead. So how do we do this? ---- destination . Two addresses is equal to 1. Two addresses. CC, that's all fine. We need a source. We have a source ARN. That probably is only used for sending authorization. The ARN of the identity that is associated with the sending authorization policy. Okay. So that is the same as this dude here. What else do we have? They use a template. Did it already? Oops. Let's try to. I think that the regular send email has more to do. We have to provide some HTML and whatnot. What I instead want actually is go back to the CLI, CS, and then templated email, like so, which we then can provide. Oh, this one has ---- source, in fact. Email address that is sending the email. The email address must be either individually verified or from a domain, blah 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 blah. Okay, so it's not source ARN, it's instead ---- source. And in fact, it's only this. So to the people who are new in here, I'm trying to use AWS simple email service to rebuild, and well, together with step functions, which is an orchestration service, and simple email service, you might have guessed, is basically an email provider, to rebuild MailChimp, which is an email service for, in particular, newsletter stuff, and so on. Why? Because on the one hand, it's useful for a blog, or the friend of a blog of a friend of mine. And other than that, I want to learn more about AWS, most importantly, orchestrating with step functions. That's what we're currently trying to do. However, whenever we try to send an email, we get an error that is saying something like, you're missing a source, like who is actually sending the email. Although we provide a from email address identity. And just using like -- source inside of here doesn't work. And I have no other place where I can actually put it. It's not in the documentation for the version 2 of the send email SES simple email service API. So that's why I'm currently trying to go back to version 1, hoping that maybe I am more lucky with that one. --- template. This is newsletter. Welcome. The template data. Right there. Email. I'll just put in TypeScript. Time. Hey, Martin Trajanovsky. Good to see you.
Martin _ Trajanovsky joined our tea
what
time.
What are you working on? What kind of programming languages? I suppose you're a developer, being here in a very, very programming heavy stream, the TypeScript tea time. Cheers on you first of all. So I suppose you're a developer, or at least somebody who's into tech to some degree. Are we missing anything? So we have source, we have destination. Do we have destination? Yeah, 2 addresses. We have template, we have template ARN, and the rest seems to be optional. Optional. Good. An error occurred. Email address is not verified. It is. I verified it. Verified identities. There it is. Email address is not verified. The following identities failed to check in the region US East 1. TypeScript tea time at. Oh, I forgot it .com. Wait. Where's the .com? Oh, there it is. Okay, I missed the .com. Yeah, .com. Okay. So that one was a valid error. This time, it worked. I think. Let's check my email. Mail. It might take a moment, and it might land in spam. So far, nothing. Come on, you can do it. Use visible columns. Wow, that's super not useful. Are they still building this out? Maybe? No email yet. I hope they are not catching it. Like the email providers, for example, I'm using Gmail here. they might actually reject the email because I'm trying to send an email to myself via Gmail, and Gmail is seeing, oh, that actually doesn't come from Gmail, and it's also not registered here with me. That's probably fake. And then they might just throw it away and never even put it into spam or anything. So one way that we might be able to see this is something like email receiving. Received rules sets. To get started, you first need to create and verify a domain identity. I don't have an domain yet. At least not one that I want to use on stream. Impressions. Browse account notification. Anything new? No, not yet. Spam? No, not yet. Ah, man. Now, we did make something work, but it doesn't reach us. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We could do the following. Let's create a fake email. And we verify. So the reason why I need to use these kind of verified emails is because I have not verified myself with the as an email sender, in a sense. I haven't registered any kind of domain that I can use. I only have one specific email from which I can send and to which I can send. I'm kind of in a sandbox mode right now. AWS and many other email providers do this to avoid like phishing and any kind of malicious stuff and also spam, because it reduces the credibility of AWS in terms of sending mails, which means less of their emails will be respected by other email providers, because email does not have a proper way to verify who actually sent anything. The protocol doesn't possess it. So I'm in kind of a sandbox mode where I can only send to this email and from this email even. So that's why what I want to do now is actually create a new identity inside of here using this one. Yeah, do it. And now I should see an email right there. Oh, I do it. No. Okay. No, did I lose the... Is that the same? Yeah, it's the same, right? I think it worked. Let's go back here to this dude. Refresh, and we should be verified. Now, what I want to do is, instead of sending to my typescript@gmail, I'm going to send destination this friend here. Do it. Message ID. What if we save this? Maybe it at some point reaches us. Oh no! Okay, there it is! We did it! Welcome to the TypeScript Tea Time newsletter! We did! Oh, there's a backslash. Alright. But at the very least, we did it. Let me save this. Email sending. Gmail, it seems, has completely blocked the email, which I don't blame them. It's still a bummer, but they've completely blocked it, it seemed. But very good. So that one worked. For whatever reason, version 2 does not work, but version 1 at the very least works. Now we can change this friend here to make it work, I hope. So instead of SES version 2, we take SES version 1, create template, delete, send templated email, put you right there. And in this case, I will have all of this fun stuff. Like there. Take this fun stuff. So, destination has apparently 2 address, colon. And here we have to use this is an array, right? So here we want $.email. And we need to use $, I think. Source is what he says. Then we have the template, which is this here, and the template data, which we have to escape again. Oh, did we actually see also the? Yeah, we even see the templated stuff inside of there. Very good. So this should, however, be actually template data. Do you not work? And inside of here we want, for the time being, I just want to be something something. That should do the trick. Did we miss anything? We have source, we have template data. Done. And then at some point we have to make the other one also possible, that we can put inside of this template data the email. Right. Post you there. Save. Save. We need to change the permissions. Oh no. Is 2 addresses just an... Must be a string that contains the JSON part, what was an array. Let's edit this again. So is it just this? Does that one work? Apply, save, save. And we do have to change the permissions once more. For that, I will go right there and then open this IAM role. And once this loads, we have to change the role. Maybe it just works. Ah, it might just work. Because on permission level these seem to be the same APIs. Which is weird. To be honest. Let's try. Let's try. Let us try it. So we, however, have to send to a different email now, which is... Where's my friend Doppy something something? You. Do it. Oh, it failed. Well, that's unfortunate. Narrow occurred while executing the state. We need an array. How do I put an array right there? Is it just like so? Oh, but then we have to... The functions... array... JSON pass. Array. We have to somehow make this into an array. Does it need to be like a serialized array? Could not be used to start the task, cannot construct instance of Java util array list. No string argument construct a factory method to deserialize from string value what he says. .bg. Oh boy, come on. So for your information, Google just completely, my Gmail just completely blocked the email. It just doesn't appear. So, now, do we have to use again state.format? So, you there, you there. Step functions, how to use arrays, array list. So we have something like this. We could specify which array to use for map state iterations by selecting a specific array. That's not right. I don't think that's what we need. $.stingspirates. There they use an array. Context objects. Do we have any kind of intrinsic function? The functions that does this for us? I need more tea. Intrinsics for arrays. Aha. Aha. That looks promising. This looks very, very promising. So we take, okay, states.array of email, like so. Edit the state machine once more. We use the visual workflow, so we have that one. Now we can apply, and apply again, and apply again, and save anyway. And now we start an execution with the last one that we used. Yeah. Do it, come on. No! Why? Unable to pass template data with JSON. See that face? That's the I don't like what I'm seeing face. Why? Come on. Unable to pass template data. Ah, it's unable to pass template data. Wait. That means it continued. So for whatever reason, it doesn't like the stuff that I've wrote right here. Maybe it's not a valid JSON. We have to escape it like so. Try again. There should be a button right here to just say edit this node. Let me write this for them. Or maybe why is there no text anymore? Just the dimension. Oh. Let's write a Twitter message to the support from AWS. Add AWS support. Is that not the right email address? Twitter. Where is AWS support? They are AWS support, like so. Got some feedback on step functions. For development, it would be very useful to have a button in the marked position that says edit failed. Edit in visual editor that directly selects the node. opens the editor and directly selects the failed step node. Right. Done. So let's edit this one. I think we've got the right version right here, right? You. And probably, in fact, I think they are right, actually. If we go to JSON.stringify of what he says. No, that one actually works. No, it doesn't work. Oh, what do you look at that? That's not a JSON. That's a string. Which you can see because it has backticks right here. So it became something very, very weird. It like stringified the string now. Because I want to JSON parse. Never mind what I just said. Does that work? No. We get a syntax error. Okay. So no wonder the Java can parse it. Alright, planned exit. We did change it, right? Did we? Yeah, we did. Execute. Man, I've got like 4,000 executions for free. 4,000 states. And looking at my list of failed stuff, just to get it running once. 4,000 is not that much. Gotta admit. It still fails. Wait, what? Can't pass JSON data? Why? Note. JSON.parse what he says. That works. Did I not save? Hey, that's wrong. Wait. Email newsletter. Send welcome, send templated email. Which one failed just now? Wait. The templated email. You, I want to remove. You, my friend. Oh, I changed it in the wrong position, huh? I think I changed the wrong thing. My bad. I think I made a mistake. Not the first time. Start an execution. New execution. Start. Man, dude. It's not authorized to send SES send templated email. Very good. Very good. I mean, that's an error that I can actually fix fairly easily. Change you, my friend. In fact, I think I just really move you. Yeah. And now we create a new policy. Clicking on policies here. Create a new policy. And we call this one SES send templated welcome email. SES version 1. So templated, send templated view. Specify a configuration set. I should have copied that from the other one, I think. It wasn't very clever of me. So the region is US East 1. The configuration set name is default config set. Done. The identity is template up here. Oops, up here. You go away. Up here. Very good. And the template is you, my friend. There. Go. Next. Wait, I missed something. Request conditions, that's fine. Did I not give it a name? Up there, okay. Yeah, allow one of something, something. Man, they have 334 services. That's ridiculous. SES, send welcome email. Send newsletter welcome for email newsletter. Great. And now we can attach. If I reload here, I think there was also a refresh button, I just noticed. You, my friend. Not there? There it is. Wait, no, that's the wrong one, right? It does not show. SES sent welcome email has been created. Refresh. SES sent. Did I remove the wrong one? You, my friend. Email newsletter welcome, blah 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 blah. Action send templated. Send email. That's the wrong one. Oh, I deleted the wrong. Oh no, did I completely remove the other one? Oh no! Damn it, I broke it. I completely and utterly broke it. That's not great. Fetch policy. Okay. I need to look inside of here. SES. Send welcome email for email newsletter. And unfortunately, I deleted the one that is actually for create contact. Yeah. That's unfortunate. So. You, my friend, I don't need anymore. However, I need a new one. for SES version 2. And we need write permission for contact, create contact. Contact. There it is. Resources, specific, and we take the ARN. So it's US East 1, and it is not you. Email newsletter. I think it's just called email newsletter. Yeah, there it is. Add. Done. Done. SES v2. Create contact for email newsletter. So let's attach that permission again. There it is. So it takes a moment. If you don't see something, some policy inside or some user inside of IAM, it takes a bit of time until it is propagated to all of the services. Sometimes you have to just wait for a minute, and then you see the thing. So this looks good. We now have the right permissions. We can rerun. Do it again. It's still red. Oh, whoa, wait. Sorry for touching the microphone. We have to perform send email template on this resource instead. Why? What did we... How's our configuration? Once again, 2 addresses, email, source address, template data. Okay, we have to change the permission. The identity is wrong. I thought this would be the source, but instead it's the target identity that we have to provide right there. Let's see. Maybe it's better to create a new one. Create policy. SES. Send templated email. Select. Actually want to send to any. It's weird that we have to provide maybe that's because we're in a sandbox, that we have to provide an identity to actually be able to send to them. Weirdish. Not 100% clear to me. Oops, US East. US. Where's my minus? East 1. And the template, once again, is newsletter welcome, and is US East 1. Next. SES. And templated welcome email to create policy. That worked. Move that one again. Add a permission, add a policy. And yes, that's it. Simulate do. Okay. Okay. Identity / star, it says now. All right. So that should help. Start. I'm not even excited anymore. Hey, it worked! Finally! After that, it does weird stuff. Because we have not done any transformation. So that's kind of expected. But it did work. We have an email. And if I go here to my sent mail and I refresh, we have an email. Very good. This one is new. 12:27. Very good, very good, very good. Now, from here, we can first of all, oh no, we have to do some more editing now. Now comes the super ugly part. Because, oh boy. So now we have to somehow inject the email inside of here. So let's look at intrinsic functions once more. Intrinsic data encoding. Oh cool, you can encode data. Basic C4 decode, we can also decode, very nice, that's useful. We have to work with images and whatnot. Hashing. JSON merge. String to JSON. JSON to string. Oh. That sounds good. So, if we take you, my friend, and we say, how do we do this? $unescaped JSON. We're probably not allowed to provide more than we... Yeah, at least... I think we need to do something like email $. email object, maybe more like the data, then have to transform it one step before that, in fact. Meaning so what I'm looking for, transform result. I think we need a pass inside of here. Pass you, my friend. So these two belong now together. You we rename into send welcome email. So, by the way, we could actually be done by now if we wanted to. All that we're now talking about is getting this template email right there. Which we can then use, for example, for names and whatnot, if somebody provides the name. So, prepare transform for welcome email. Here I want to use transform input with parameters to transform stuff. One being I think we need states.json merge, was it? States.json merge. I think I write this in the wrong place. We don't need it here, we need it in output. So this is going to be dollar, maybe just email.dollar, dollar email. We just copy everything over. Then we call template data dot template data is an object. Need the comma right there. Template data, we take email.dollar email $.email. So why do I duplicate this? Because now we can, so this now gets passed into welcome email, and welcome email can now do the following. Instead of having template data right here, we can use states dot, what was it? JSON to string. States.json to string $.template data. And any nest these random numbers. I'll be right back. Just give me a minute here. Right, we're back. I think I see the light. Because we're done. This is our JSON, our template data, if I'm not mistaken. So let's put that inside of here. We save. And save again. And now we start an execution. Do it. That one worked. This one didn't work. Cancelled. Why? I mean, you worked like a minute ago. So the email could not be found in the input. But why? Error code while executing the state. State sent welcome email. The function array states array email had the following error. Base path argument for the field email could not be found in input, which became a string. This is any. Oh, I have a better idea. Yeah, thank you. This one, we can instead add the original input to the output of the result. And we want to combine both, and we say something like $.output instead of copying stuff. And in fact, we can completely do this then. Although it's still useful for. And then we can just, well, the output should work. So, and then in here, we now have, this one needs to change slightly. We take $.output.template data. You save, apply, save, yeah. Run again. Start execution. Don't start the execution. Instead, take the one below, new execution, and test it. It fails. Why? Unable to pass template data. Dude, I'm parsing it with the built-in function. How can you not parse it? This is fine. Everything's fine. Yeah. Know what we do? For debugging, we add another pass state, which just does nothing. No, wait, it does something, which is calling this input. This would definitely fail. I want to output template data. Is to string $.output.template data. Good. Save. Yes. Let's look at the previous execution once more. See what came out of this. There's output template. Oh. Oh. That's not values. That's not proper values. I think I took the basically the mock part. Oh. Oh, did I change the wrong one? No, damn it. I want to put you there. And this one, I cannot revert. Huh. You have to write that one in again. So, treated as the output of a virtual tag can be manipulated. Okay. Email.dollar dot email. Template data. And then this line without the comma, and close the brackets, parentheses, the curlies. And we're good. That work? It's a lot of trial and error by now. It is a lot of trial and error. Right. So let's see what we have as output. I didn't execute it. Right. That one works. How do I use this state stud? JSON state stud JSON to string. I'm confused. the intrinsic functions are super new, so I suppose we won't find anything. How to use. At least a couple of them seem to be new. But this one does not. That's what we're doing. This is about AWS CDK, unfortunately, so it won't bring us much. I think. What are we doing wrong here? Let's try to use the data flow simulator for a second. Still need the input. All of the steps that we're doing. Maybe add data flow simulator. Seven 17 receives input. Okay, so the state input in our case is my untitled 2, like so. Input path, just input path filter to select a portion. It's just $. So we take everything. Parameters. Here, I want parameters U. Oh. Why does this not apply? So I cannot write it like that. Task results. Put the input after parameters. So states.email and states.array works, but this one doesn't do anything. Did I make a typo? String operations. Oh. JSON manipulation. JSON merge. String to JSON. JSON to string. JSON to string. States dot. Where did it go? We have slightly different input now that I think about it, which is, I think we have output, then we have template data, then inside of there we have email, which is next. Can I format this? Please, anybody? Language mode, JSON, format. Oh, I made a typo. Yeah. This one actually doesn't even exist. Format. So, input path. That's perfect. Parameters. We do all of this. It doesn't execute. What if we do it on $? It doesn't execute it. So this function seems to be broken, or I can only use it in specific places. Man. Oh, this is fun. Which means... Why is this one not working? I don't get it. Not working? We're doing some formatting here. Okay, it's good to know that you can also have like writing like the access, property access, that that's actually a thing. Anyway, to read the contents, to extract it, I don't know. Why is this not working? Why was it only introduced 7 days ago, but we already see stuff from like very long time ago? Do we see this here? No. Jason? So there was an article. Does it just bring it just brings us to the documentation? Oh man. Oh, I know why. $. We have to tell it that it's dynamic. That's why. Oh man, that took so long. So $. Then we have a properly escaped email. Look at it! Oh my goodness! Oh, I'm tired. Oh boy. This took so long. So transform to this type. I think we just have to do $, and that's it. And then we get the result inside of here. Oh, we just need to do $, right there. I think we can delete this one. Right. Are you ready for a new try? Because I am. And I think this will be the last try, in fact. That's how it works. Do it. It failed. JSON pass argument for the field $.output.template data could not be found in the input. Because we're not putting it inside of. That's simple. It looked alright. The only reason that it's not working was because I still have this output right here. That might be it. This might be it. You can do it. It's green! Oh boy, that took so long. And now we just move our friends back in the right position. Let me come out a bit. Move you right there, move you right there. Alright. Save and apply and apply and apply. And let's see. I think I haven't added this weird other user into our contact list. So we should be fine. This contexts. Yeah, that's only TypeScript T time. Very good. In other words, we can, I think, run this now. And it should work. Now let's check here for emails. Back to the list. Is it really empty? It shouldn't be empty. I think it was still loading. Yeah, there they are. Can I... No, don't delete the address. I want to delete the email. 1259, that's the newest one. Hey, Grumpy Game Dev, good to see you. How was your stream? Welcome, welcome, Raiders. Cheers on you. Have some tea. Woo. How was the stream? Cat say hello as well. Sorry, on that side. Today I'm on the other side of the screen because AWS requires me to essentially move in this direction because all of the action is typically happening here. Oha, raid and run. All right. I guess it's dinner time for you. Hope you're as well too. Yeah, we finally have green in our workflow. So I'm building. So for the raiders, welcome. Good to see you. This is the TypeScript Tea Time. I'm Mirko. Nice to get to know you. We're currently working on AWS step functions to build something like MailChimp. MailChimp, if you have never heard of it, it's basically a platform for building email newsletter. And yeah, they are pretty good, in particular if you pay the price. Pricing is not that terrible, with like I think $10. But what they do is they allow you to send emails, to build your own templates with a visual editor, to build workflows, and so on and so on and so on. Allow people to subscribe and to unsubscribe and all of that fun stuff. And what we are doing, on the one hand, because there's actually a friend of mine who wants to get rid of MailChimp, and on the other hand, because I want to learn step functions. Luckier Gaming, welcome. Cheers to you.
Lakia_gaming joined our tea time.
We are building a completely serverless application. a serverless backend which essentially does the same as MailChimp. We will probably not have something like the visual editor, but you can subscribe. So where's I prepared like workflows that we have. Users can subscribe, they can unsubscribe from the newsletter. We have a function that runs on a schedule whether we should, so since it's about a blog, should we send a new newsletter? And there we get into some fun stuff like XML, RSS feed parsing, and then actually the sending. What we're doing to write these workflows is using AWS step functions, which is an orchestration or, well, workflow building service. And what we have, I can show you ever so quickly before we run the final test, and then I'm done as well, is we have this state diagram here. And in fact, we can build these workflows using this editor. So we can just drag and drop all of this fun stuff here. For example, here we have like a choice. If some variables are present, then go into this right path, otherwise don't do anything. Luckier Gaming says, came in with rate, don't have too much to tell right now, so following, come back another time. Thank you so much. All right, enjoy your day, I already say. I'm about to finish as well. Just recapping what we did. So, for example, with this editor, it's very, very easy to put items into a database. In this case, DynamoDB. We still have to provision the corresponding database tables. This is what you see right here, and that's why I'm actually on the right side of the screen today, not on the right, on the left side for you. Yeah, it is on the left side. My face is on the left side. We still have to provision this, but putting stuff inside, we don't have to write any code whatsoever to actually do that. And then we save the contact into not only into the database, which we do for compliance, we save it into simple email service, which is another service from AWS, which is basically an email provider. We transform ever so slightly, and then we send the welcome email. And we were just finally able to do these two things. And we already previously got these two things running. So I'm hoping that now everything will just work and I finally can go and eat my dinner. Lunch, sorry. It's lunchtime. So this one, so you see that you actually have an overview which path was actually taken, which is very, very nice for debugging. All the new people. All of a sudden. Welcome new people. Or maybe just Twitch finally updating the viewer count. And following this view, we can actually even see what was the input, in this case this email here, and what's the output. It's a bit fiddly if you actually build it, but once it's set up, I think it's very, very nice to work with. And in particular, you can, using this visual editor, you can collaborate with business people in real time, and then build your workflow out without having to think about the specifics, which you would typically just do on plain paper, I guess, or in this kind of visual digital whiteboard. So, new execution. So we provide as email this one, and this would theoretically come from the blog. You have a form inside of there. The people, the reader types in their email. It might actually get validated and all of that fun stuff again. And maybe they have to click I accept the privacy policy or compliance, which is often necessary, and then they hit the subscribe button. This sends a post request to us, And these steps are not integrated yet, but what I want to do is have API gateway endpoints that allow you to just have an API endpoint on the internet. And then the API endpoint triggers this AWS step function workflow, and it actually executes like this. And we see we went through the simple validation, we took the right path in this case, we saved the contact for compliance. In the DynamoDB, we saved the contact inside of SES, we transformed, and we sent the email. And now in here, so this is the temporary email that I have, we see 13:09, which is the current time. We have our email, and inside of there we see hello. This is the template variable. Thanks for signing up. With this, you will never miss a new blog post. There's a typo. There's also a \n. Ignore the text, that needs to be updated. Thanks, the TypeScript team. The TypeScript team. Oh, that's wrong. It's the TypeScript team. I'm not on the TypeScript team. I'm not on the TypeScript team, unfortunately. The TypeScript team. And that's it. We did it. Woo! Woo girl. Woo girling around. Good job, everybody. Shoulder padding for us. Man, this took quite a while to get this one running. One thing that I would like to check out still is if we can get rid of this additional step because it costs us. That would be nice if we can like just integrate it into this send welcome step, welcome email. Maybe I zoom in a bit. Oh, we can actually zoom inside of this one. There it is. If we can get rid of this transform step, that would be nice, because when you pay in AWS step functions, you pay per transition of these states, if I remember correctly. AWS step functions, funzione, pricing, and we have like 4,000 of these for free. Yeah, state transitions, you pay per transition. So in this case, every person that subscribes will cost us less, like 5 of these transitions, meaning it costs us $0.0000125 for each user, for each subscription. my brain stopped working the moment that I saw green. It works. Yeah, so about 1,000, about like $0.25, about 3 cents per 1,000 state transitions. All right, we did it. And with that, I'm going to rate somebody else. We can look at game development. Hopefully they allow us actually to rate. I'm not 100% sure about that, but we can try. OS is a very, very nice game from which is a rhythm game. Let's end with this nice little view. Actually, with this one. So thank you so much for joining. This is the TypeScript Tea Time. If you've liked what you've seen and you want to see more, we're typically doing web development, AWS stuff, React stuff, and TypeScript stuff, in particular on the back end also Nest.js. I'm Mirko, the host of the TypeScript Tea Time. We drink a lot of tea here. So cheers again. Hot beverages is the more politically correct term. And with that, if you've liked what you've seen, feel free to follow. I appreciate it very much. I appreciate the time that you've spent with me. I will be back to maybe tomorrow. My regular times are on Wednesday, 18 o'clock Central European Summertime, currently. with that, let's go and raid. PPY does not accept incoming raids. Okay, let's try to find somebody to raid. If you have somebody, please suggest. And we are going to raid that person as long as they are streaming on coding. And Bordeaux is streaming. Maybe we can raid him. The raid, yeah, that works. So, thanks again. Goodbye, everybody.